Hi guys, welcome back to Humber Koi. So in today's video we're going to be talking about pumps, pump failures and how to save money. So we'll talk a bit more after the intro. I'd like to thank all subscribers, old and new, for supporting the channel. Thank you very much. Now let's get into the video.
So we've had a bit of a bad run with product failures over the space of the last couple of months. We've got our skimmer in here, which used to be attached to the VariFlow pump, which has now got an error on it. We believe it's the control box, but it's out of warranty, and I don't deem the price of the control box it worth replacing it. So there's one broke. So we went on to our spare pump, which was an Awazi Aquamax Eco 12,000 litres. Worked fine for a while, and then all of a sudden stopped, to find that the impeller had rusted from the inside out, broke the nylon sheath and has stopped. Now the inside of the Aquamax is fine, there's no major grooves or gouges in it, so we could replace this, but this is £90. It's more than 50% of the way to a new pump to put an impeller on it, when these are a common fault. Grandpa has had two Aquamaxes and had the same happen on both of his, so we're not going to go with this either. So we've been looking at new pumps, watts and everything of the sort to do with new pumps, flow rate, head, and we'll show you what we've decided to do. And before I show you the pump, I forgot to mention our UV broke as well. The pond's only just starting to clear up. We've had a bulb in it for 3 months, and somebody, kind gent on Vince's Live, mentioned to me about a video that shows you how to cut the sticker and get to the ballast, which I didn't think was possible. I thought these were a sealed unit, so I put his name in the comments later as a thank you when I look back to see who it was. I've watched that video since, and that is the case. Now we have put a new bulb in it and the pond's starting to clear, but obviously if this bulb goes again, I know now how to change the ballast. Just get a scalpel down the middle sticker, take this off, new ballast in it, job's a good one. Let's get back onto the pumps, because we've got some interesting finds. So we are on our 3rd pump now. It's lucky we had a couple of emergency pumps, and it is only a tiny pump for the shower. So you can't see it, it's attached to the skimmer here, and it's a 6,000 litre pump just to keep stuff moving. It's not putting enough water over the shower, but would be interesting to see how many watts this actually uses. Grandpa has a device that you plug a plug into, and it tells you how many watts it's pulling. So we're going to see how much watts a 6,000 litre pump is in comparison to this 15,000 litre pump from Superfish. So this is the Superfish one we've bought. It's got a remote control, variable speed. And what I want to compare this to is 10,000 litres, it's 51 watts. Now I'm going to compare that to my Evo pump that's on my Nexus, because I'm considering changing that as well. My Evo pump that's on the Nexus is currently set at 50% and is 20,000 litres. So that is at 10,000 litres an hour, and is 120 watts. That is more than double the amount of wattage. So I'm thinking if I change both my pumps, I can actually get it cheaper than what I'm paying now for one to run, which is incredible really. So we're going to unbox it and we're going to install that on the shower, but I am seriously considering changing the one in there as well. Before we do that, we are going to see how much watts this 6,000 is pulling with Grandpa's device.
So guys, here is the big superfish pump. It can either be caged or it can be dry mounted. I think we're going to use dry mounted, but if you want to put it in the water, it's got a very nice handle so you can lift it in and out the water. Got a hose tail which can attach onto here, and we've got big wires, a nice control box which even comes with remote control and a battery. Really nice. Also comes with an instruction book and maybe, not sure, but we'll go install this now.
So this is my dad's anchor power station that he uses. It's got 4 plugs on it, and when you plug it in, it tells you on the app how much it's drawing. So the first thing we're going to do is take the skimmer pump out and plug it into it if the wire is going to be long enough. What I'll do is I'll put the readings on the screen for this right now. So at the moment that is using 40 watts for the shower pump. Let's try the main pump to see if the 120 watts that it says it's using will work on there, and see if that is giving us the same reading. So guys, we are now going to show you the Vary pump plugged into the power station on the screen. It's actually using slightly more than stated by 2 watts, so that's using 123 watts at the moment. Not ideal, but obviously that is on 10,000 litres an hour. So I'm just taking the pump out as how you would be if it was dry mounted. There's a couple of screws with a strap holding this top piece on. And there you go, this is how it would be. If it was dry mounted, you've got some screw points there that you can screw it down. We're just going to attach this loosely at the moment to the shower to see how much watts it pulls, to see if it's the same before we tidy it up later. So at the moment our spare pump is underneath these plants. I'm just going to try and get that off now. It's on a couple of unions, and see if we can just loosely wire to a plug in the filter house, this new one, to see what watts it pulls and how much flow it is before I hard the wire and make it run a lot nicer. So that's one pump out. And let's put the superfish one in. Very similar size, to be fair. So this is plugged in and working. It's temporary electric to Grandpa's device. How many litres on setting number 1 is it moving, Leo?
8,000 litres.
8,000 litres, and on the screen now I'm going to put you how many watts that's using. I don't know how far the remote works away, but let's see if we can increase it to number 5 or number 4. How many is number 4, Leo?
10,000 litres.
So 10,000 litres, which was 122 watts if I remember on the Nexus, and we'll put the wattage on the screen now for you for that. That's looking a lot better in the shower. And let's go full blast and see how many watts full blast is. So full blast on number 10, and you can absolutely hear the shower pounding through now. You see how much is going. That's miles better. How many litres an hour? Is that 15,000 litres?
Yeah.
So that sounds as it used to sound now. You can hear absolutely crashing water through there. And I will also put the watts for this on the screen. But, oh, dragonfly there, that's amazing. Oh, it's right on your head, Leo. But that definitely has me thinking, with the watts I've seen on Grandpa's screen, that it's time to change the Evolution Aqua one. If I can purchase something that halves my wattage for more flow, then I'm going to do that. So what we'll probably end up doing is putting a 20k one here when we get it, and moving this one to the Nexus, because we don't run that fast, and go in there. But fish are wondering what's going on. Let's now, we've taken the panel off here, the electrics need to go through back and back into the shed and get it all buttoned up, and we'll catch with you then when we've done it. Let's get this cable hidden. So underneath the shower, try to get it round all the pipes that we need it to. So all in all, pretty good results. Loads more water crashing over the shower now, so it'll actually be working properly. And you can see the skimmer, there's a nice flow getting dragged towards it now when it was really struggling before. So that's really great. And the fact that this is such a saving in electricity to what we had before, that we are now going to do the same in there. We've already done the change on the air pump. That change to the Superfish 100 was half the watts, and now we need to consider trying to get this down from 100 watts to a lot less. So we're all up and running, the air's back on, the shower's running, miles more flow coming off of that, and you can see how aggressively that's crashing in there now compared to what it has been. You can't see the wire, it's all hidden behind here, goes behind the fence and then into there, and now it's plugged in to there. I'm going to make some form of bracket for this, or maybe velcro it to the wall. That's the only bit that I don't think it needs fixing, so it's not hanging weight on there. Might get a bit of double-sided velcro and stick that on the wall there. But we are saving money, guys. I think if I get both of these pumps, I'll be able to save enough money to have both of them running at the same time and use less watts than what I was using for one running before. It's massive savings. Everyone's looking happy. Well guys, it's been 2 weeks since we installed it on the shower, and last night I took it off the shower and I fitted it to the Nexus. Let me spin you around, I'll show you why. So I moved the 15k Superfish pump to the Nexus, and this is where it's staying. So that one there feeds this, and I have velcroed the remote control to the wall and velcroed the sender to here. That's a float switch for the pond so it can't pump it dry. So before pulling the old pump out, one thing I did do is I timed how long it took on the 35% that I normally used to run it on to fill the centre chamber. And then what I did is swap the pump over and started this on number 4 to see how close it was to filling the centre chamber. Number 4 was slightly slower, number 5 was slightly faster, so between 4 and a 5 is where it was. It's been running like that for a couple of days now. Let me show you the plans for the shower. So the plans for the shower, at the moment we're back on the 6k, but not for long. We got a lovely phone call from the people at the North of England Koi show to say you've won a £100 Tropco voucher. I was like, okay, I don't own a tropical tank, but no worries, I'm pretty certain there'll be something on there we can have. I rung Tropco up and they said, oh, but we own Carpco. Excellent. So what I've done is we've gone full superfish. We've bought ourselves a 20k pump, and we're going to put the 20k one here because this one will be the one that before it was on a higher number, so it'll be using more watts, so a big pump can not run as hard, and that one is only running at 50%. So I think we'll be over the watts of one pump, but we'll be way less the watts of what was at before. So before we was using 120 watts in here, now we're using 51. And the O's Aquamax originally, I believe, was about 130. And even on full blast of this, we're at 150, so we're still going to be below 200 for all pumps, and that is if I run that at full blast. So I'm going to wire this in real fast, and I'll be back to you once that's done, and we'll see how it works. So at the moment, we have 12,000 litres going over the shower, the same as what it was with the Aquamax, and we've got the same flow going over the Nexus. Got some figures to tell you guys. So if I kept the flow rate exactly the same as what I had it from before, same flow through the Nexus and 12,000 over the shower, it's a total of 122 watts. So that's only 2 watts more than just the Vary pump that I had. So that is incredible, considering that it was 250 watts total before. So that's less than half by swapping over to these economical pumps. Now if I want to go full send on the shower and put 20,000 litres over it rather than 12 and run the Nexus faster, it's 240 watts to run everything flat out. That is still 10 watts less than what it was on there. So I can save money, run it economically, or I can fully send it in summer and still be less watts than what I was running before. That is absolutely fantastic. Big shout out to George though. He supplied that superfish pump as well as the stuff that we did on the pond video, and he has offered a 10% discount code, Humber Koi 10. Ring him up, tell him we sent you, you get 10% off. It's all about saving money, isn't it? These pumps, I can't remember what the retail at, but they're not expensive at all. They are a fraction of the price of all the other pumps, and they do come with something that really piqued my interest up. One of the other reasons, apart from the money that we looked at the superfish pumps, was this: the 48-hour pick up and replace with their warranty. So if it does go wrong, you're not going to be left in the lurch. They will pick, do and swap within 48 hours. Now depending on your dealer, depends on how they go with that. I know that our local dealers will literally, if it's within, you bought it from them, within the 2 years, they'll just put a new one in your hand straight away because they know how solid the superfish warranty is, and they will do the 48-hour from there. But it's good to know that there are that quick a no quibble warranty. So it's not about cutting back on what's going in the pond, it's about doing the same job or better for less money. Thank you very much for watching, guys.
See you in the next video.
See you in the next
Bye-bye.
one. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
Hit the thumbs up. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.